Hi guys, Bolts96 here, but the O is a 0, and in today's video, I am taking a look at the start of this season's Champions League, where I predicted how the group stages would go, and we're going to see either how correct I was, or how very wrong I was, so please do make sure to stick around to find out. Group A, we start the list with Group A, and I am taking this as an absolute win. Yes, technically, I only actually predicted one team in their correct position in Bayern at the top. I had an absolute storm of a result in predicting that Manchester United would not get out of the group stages. Most people would have laughed my original prediction off, but I just had a warm feeling in my stomach that this group will be an absolute banterfest, and boy has it produced. Manchester United, bottom of the group, hilarious. Galatasaray didn't quite manage the results that I thought they could do, but they weren't a million miles off it, to be fair. However, FC Copenhagen, I think FC Copenhagen are going to probably lose the group quite handily. Fair play to you guys, I clearly did not see that one coming, and they've done huge things qualifying from that group. Group B, again, technically, I only got one team's predictions right, but this wasn't a bad shout at all. If you remove Sevilla from my second place prediction, then the rest were right. Right? Arsenal did exactly how I, as well as most, thought they'd do, only losing one game out of 6. They had an easy ride of it, and I find themselves through the group. So I think it wouldn't be surprising if they didn't qualify and got knocked down into the Europa League, considering their recent history with that competition. I'd say, why didn't I stick with that train of thought? But then again, they have done so horrendously bad that they don't even have the chance of dropping into the Europa. That honour goes to Lens, and fair play to them. They only just missed out on second place by a really well-performing PSV side. Both teams did well and deserved their final places. Group C, damn it, man, nearly full marks on this one, but not quite there. Still think it is going to be quite an easy one for Real and Napoli to qualify through. They'll both find their feet over the next game or two and start to feel more comfortable, probably winning most of their games. I was pretty bloody spot on with those two. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's just a shame I didn't get the other two in their right positions. I think for the other two teams, they'll battle it out for who can make third spot, but they won't be getting out of this group. I did call it. I called it would be close. I called they would battle it out, and in the end there was just 2 points separating them. In reality, they didn't really have a chance against Madrid and Napoli, so it was always going to come down to how they performed against each other, and that 94th minute winner in their first fixture sealed the points for Braga to get that third spot. Group D, wow, Real Sociedad, I did not see that coming at all. I know they are a good side, but in this competition they don't have anywhere near the experience of the other teams. Congratulations, they absolutely deserve top spot, but do I get half a point for Inter considering they were joint top? Let me know in the comments. I was very tempted to say that Salzburg would win this group. Oh my word, even just toying with the idea is an absolute shambles. I can't be throwing out hot takes like that willy-nilly, even if I didn't end up committed to putting them top of this group. That is still a poor do. The only position I got bang on in this group was Benfica, which is a very Benfica position. Let's move on. Group E, booyah! Let's go, man. That's 4 out of 4 in Group E, and not to sound like an advert for McDonald's, but I'm loving it. Although Feyenoord are top of the group after the first round of games, I don't see them actually qualifying. I couldn't have been more on the money there. What a shout, I've got to say. Again, Feyenoord have started with a win, and they do have some decent quality in their squad, but I feel like Lazio are stronger, meaner, and will just be able to get the job done. Yes, it's all spot on here. I knew Lazio had more about them, and I was confident in a second place finish for the club from Rome, as I was in a first place finish for Atletico. They may not play the nicest styles of play, but they are a very, very good team, and I couldn't see anything less than a triumph for them in this group. Quick mention Celtic, who did not cut the mustard at all in this group, and they'll be hoping to bounce back from this next season. Group F, wow. Okay, yeah, this was rather all over the place, to be fair, from my predictions. Each team only finished one spot lower than I had said they would. That is other than Dortmund, who completely and utterly annihilated my prediction. I know Dortmund are a top side, but their squad does not stack up to how it was in recent history, and I just thought the other teams would do the business over them. PSG, they've got the most experience in this competition over the past decade, and although they are in a bit of a transitional period, they still have one factor that the other three don't, and that's Kylian Mbappe. They'll get first spot even if he has to drag them there himself. It was a reasonable shout by me, and it wasn't for any want of trying from Mbappe, who scored 3 goals during the group stages. He did at least drag them to qualify, but perhaps his magical powers aren't going to be enough to pull this team far into the competition. Let me know what you think in the comments about where PSG are going to end up. I'm going to give Newcastle a 3rd place finish to give them something to be proud of. Even if they didn't quite get 3rd place, it was always going to be tough, and they came close. I think they definitely did their fans proud. That night against PSG will go down in history in the Northeast for a long time to come. Group G are back once again with a couple of belting predictions. Manchester City could very feasibly win every game. I wasn't wrong, was I? This was an absolute cakewalk for Manchester City, and they go through to the knockouts without any trouble. RB Leipzig are the other team who are going to qualify for the knockouts. They are a good, tricky side with a solid squad. They already have 1 win, and I'm sure they too won't struggle too much to get qualified. Yep. It's all correct. You've got to revel in the victories. I'm going to go with Red Star Belgrade to finish 3rd and Young Boys 4th, because you never know when the next loss is coming, eh? It was always going to be close between these two teams, and it ended up exactly that way. In the end, Red Star were a massive letdown for me. I thought they'd perform better than this, but we see them knocked out with just 1 point from 6 games. Not good enough at all, and well done to Young Boys for getting into the Europa League playoffs. Group H, and we finish with another 4 out of 4 banger of a prediction. Come on! It came down to goal difference in the end for top spot, but the result was exactly as I thought it would be. Barcelona aren't quite the same team as they used to be, but they had enough to get through. And Porto? A similar argument can be given to Porto also qualifying. They are a better team than the other two and usually manage to find their way through the group. Truer words were never spoken, eh? The surprise quantity in this one was Shakhtar Donetsk, who really pushed Porto to the brink, literally as they played each other in the last game, and it had to come down to a late flurry of goals to seal Porto's qualification and Shakhtar's fate. Shakhtar can be a tricky fixture, and it proved to be the case. Very close affair. A fair play to them, man. They did really well, and personally, I hope they get through the Europa League playoffs because they deserve it. Small mention for Royal Antwerp, who did themselves proud, particularly in that final day win against Barcelona, which you could see meant the world to them. Well done to them, and well done to me for having a mostly solid set of predictions from these group stages. You know what? That was alright. That wasn't too bad, you know. I didn't do too bad at all. Please do let me know down in the comments what you thought of my predictions and what you thought of this video. And please do remember to like and subscribe, and check me out across all of my other socials. I'm on X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, where you're watching this video, and Twitch, which is where I do all of my streaming. Thank you very much for watching, as usual, and I'll see you on the next one.